as I was recording it, I held the people like me in my mind, the stories of other people I've heard who've struggled. And I shared it like I was sharing it with a friend. Hi, I'm Katie. This is YouTubing with Katie. So glad that you're here. In my most recent video, I talked about making difficult videos, about reclaiming trauma and what that means to me. Quick recap, to me reclaiming trauma means taking these hard things that happen to us and making a decision to use them to make the world a better place. And I acknowledged before that that is not something for everyone, and not everyone's channel aligns with talking about personal aspects of their life. That's totally cool because the intent of your heart in helping people shines through, whether you talk about your trauma or not. But in this video, I'm going to give you some practical things to think about in telling your difficult story, if that is something you choose to do. Some things to think about and some logistics. As a way that kind of, a phrase that I could kind of use is emotional logistics. Doesn't that sound contradictory? Oh well. I want to get this video done while my kids are eating their snack. They've been home with me for a long time now because of colds. All right. So the first practical thing towards making a difficult video is just to ask, is it safe for you to do this? If you were to call out people that other people could deduce who they were, what kind of repercussions could come out of that? Is your living situation safe? As in, is there a chance that you could be kicked out of your home? Ooh, that makes me so angry. Parents that do that, or family or guardians that do that. That's not what this video is about, though. Something to think about is you may need to avoid overt instances of dates, years, descriptions of people. You might need to change the names of people you talk about, avoid locations, things that would make your story easy to Google. If I missed anything out of this list, if someone else has more experience than I have in being anonymous and protecting yourself, please share that down below in the description, in the comments, if that would be helpful for someone else. But I want to say, some people need to be named. They need to be called out. It's time, and you know it in your gut. You know that it's worth it. And I want to encourage you in that, in being brave, and doing what your gut is telling you, if that means saving other people from being hurt. Let's go into the logistics of actually doing the recording. On my main channel, not too long ago, I did a video that was difficult for me, sharing about some of my purity culture story. Purity culture, for those of you who don't know, is a thing that's got its roots in evangelicalism, Christianity that's like a person's worth is directly related to their virginityness. So how did I do it? I will tell you about my process, which is not very clinical. This is my kind of process. I thought about my story, but not too hard. I didn't like obsess over it, you know? Like I've lived it, I've talked about it some, so I didn't overthink it. I found a journal from that point in my life, and this is a really good thing in general. Like when you're recording, having a hand prop is a good thing. Having something that you can just kind of ground yourself in and holding in your hands. Cup of water, water bottle, coffee cup, fidget toys. It's just a good place to be able to put anxious energy. So as I was preparing to tell my story, my cat is behind the computer. What are you trying to do? When I knew I was going to be recording this story, I kind of let it play in my head a bit as I did other things. As I was recording it, I held the people like me in my mind, the stories of other people I've heard who've struggled, and I shared it like I was sharing it with a friend. Some people can get really in their heads, worried about potential trolls and haters that might come, but we don't make the videos for them. We make it for the people who need to hear it, who will connect with us. Another thing is that I didn't get frustrated with myself when I trailed off and kind of lost what I was saying. I was gentle with myself. And that's really, really important, especially when you're talking about something difficult. Just affirm yourself as often as you need to. Try to stay away from self-deprecating humor. I've said that before, but I'm going to keep saying it because self-deprecating humor is not going to help you feel better. It's not going to make you a better storyteller. We need to put as much positivity out there as possible. My cats are playing in the windowsill, so if you're hearing some noises, it's my ring light getting bumped. I'm just going to read what I wrote. I was gentle with myself in that I was opening old wounds. I didn't open them completely, and I didn't give gory details. I was general enough to be understood. Our stories aren't needed for any Jerry Springer shock value. They are to show others that they aren't alone. So just like a long time ago, I released that idea that the video needed to be perfect. It needed to be the way I saw it in my imagination. That imagination that we can have for how good our videos could be is not a bad thing. It's just when we compare ourselves to what we're not capable of yet and we stop ourselves from trying, that's when it's just not helpful. So I pushed aside the expectation that I would make a perfect video. I would express myself as well as I could, and I would be content that that was enough. So let's go into the practicalities of recording a difficult video. Practically, set aside 30 minutes to an hour to record. Not too much time. Don't say, I'll do this today. Say, before starting at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. or however your schedule is, I'm just pulling up numbers out of my bottom. From 10 to 11, I'm going to record. You might only need 15 minutes. You might need the whole hour. Hello.
Hello.
Are you going to be in this video or are you going to play?
Never in the remote video.
Okay. When you're making a hard video, if you're anything like me, you may very well end up just staring off into space for like minutes as you try to figure out where you're going. So don't get frustrated with yourself. Allow yourself the time it takes. It's very easy to edit out minutes of staring off. You don't have to watch the whole minutes. You can just look where the sound is and just cut from those sound parts. Does that make any sense? Probably. Here's some more practical stuff towards setting it up. So 10 minutes to get ready. Set an alarm if it helps you. Assemble things, get your tripod set up. I should say the night before, have things set up, but if that's not possible, but also the night before, make sure everything is charged and ready to go.
Hey, Mommy.
Yes? I'm just going to finish this real quick, okay? It's very annoying when you're all ready to record and then, oh no, your camera only has 1 bar of battery left. But yeah, setting up your angles, tidying up the space behind you, which I didn't do this time, but oh well. I'm a professional. A very important thing is don't bring other distractions into your room. Like cats. Don't even bring your phone. Don't bring something that you will just check real quick. I'm just gonna see what's happening in Twitter, just don't. So I have a question for you. Cats, come on. Okay. I have a question for you. What is a difficult video that you made where you shared something that you were nervous to share? How did your community respond in the comments section? How did that make you feel? I recently watched a video from a creator whose channel is called Film Booth. Wow, lots of really helpful perspective over there. And he does this thing where he makes a comment goal for his videos. And then he tries to make the video that would get that comment. So I really liked that. I just wanted to mention that real quick. So the last thing I want to say about this is if your story resonates with you while you share it, if you feel something, the word resonate is such a multifaceted word, but if it resonates, if what you're making resonates with you, it will resonate with someone watching it. I'm just going to read this thing that I wrote. When you think of who your story can help, you can be in tune with them. You don't see them as faceless numbers of people that you wish would subscribe. You will think of them as hurting people who have a need. Or not necessarily hurting people, but people who desire to be compassionate, who want to be exposed to more reality in the world so that they can be better people, more understanding, more generous people. That's the kind of community I'm trying to build on my main channel, Epic Kate Biarvida, and here. Here is just specifically for the creators at heart who want to use their art somehow. Just remember, you're speaking to the people watching your videos as equals that you can learn and grow with. Yeah, I know I have so much to learn, and I'm really, really happy to learn and grow with people out there and just make connections. And I would love to connect with you and see how we can support each other, reach our dreams, get past the obstacles that are just feeling really intimidating and overwhelming. And yeah, I'd love to do a one-on-one meeting, just get to know each other. That would be so cool. I'd also love to test the waters, see if anyone would be interested in doing like a creator group Zoom chat. As of now, I'm only able to do 40 minutes on Zoom with more than 2 people. But if anyone else has the paid version, wants to set that up, that would be cool. Thanks so much for being here.